Hi everyone, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on Twitter X. I'm feeling like 10% better than what I felt like yesterday.
Yeah,
but I'm still not 100%. So we decided to do the Oprah transcript drinking game live on Friday, because a lot of you were like, can we not do it and then have to, like, the people that have to like work
on
or
a school night,
whatever. And I can understand that. I can appreciate that. So it's better to have a hangover on a Saturday than a Thursday, even though I could do.
We're dog moms.
Yeah,
we can do it all week.
Yeah, but and I'm not 100% better anyway. So hopefully this cold will go. I like hate being sick.
I know.
And I'm never sick.
Yeah.
So this really sucks. Like I'm sick. So bleh. Doesn't help because this morning I have to see this stupid BS video that Misan has to put out, crying his freaking eyes out.
Like a little baby.
Like a little baby he is. Okay, so backstory. He put out that dumb picture of Harry and Meghan. I thought it was an oak tree, but now I find it's a jacaranda tree.
Whatever that is.
Those are those trees that you find mostly like in the South. I remember when I lived in New Orleans, they were everywhere, but they're not native to California. You have to like fly them in. They're purple blooms.
Right.
They're purple blooms.
Yeah. So it's thousands of dollars to fly them in, I'm sure.
Exactly. His Instagram and Twitter had this face. This was the face he was making this morning, and he's not happy.
Yeah, and anyone who doesn't know who Misan is, he is their official photographer. I'm just going to say it. It's not allegedly. This is Harry and Meghan's official photographer. He goes everywhere with them. Yes. Everywhere. Okay. He was in Whistler, yada, yada, yada.
Yes. Misan decides to put out this video because he is getting accused of photoshopping that photo, that maternity photo of Betty inside of Meghan.
And they accused him in Daily Mail, right? Or some article.
I don't know which one it was.
Daily Mail.
But and then they quoted him, and his excuse for what he said, how he tried to like bob and weave from that answer is hilarious. Okay. But we're going to play the whole thing and then we'll discuss it.
He should have stayed silent.
He should have just
stayed silent.
Yes.
Hey, I've just got back to reality from the Oscars, and unfortunately there's been an article on the Daily Mail saying that I have admitted to doctoring the pregnancy announcement portrait I took of Harry and Meghan. Apparently I was switching out.
Now, anyone who doesn't know the backstory, he was not there when he took the photo. It was during the pandemic and some crazy technology, like just setting up your iPad.
My mom could figure that one out.
My mom could have literally done it.
Trees and meadows. And I admitted to this in an episode of a podcast called Private Passions. This is crazy. I was interviewed, I think in 2022, by Michael Barkley. I'm going to play you the segment on Private Passions. And we were talking about the technology I used to shoot people during lockdown. Many photographers were doing virtual shoots in those days. And this is how we came onto the subject. Michael asked me a few leading questions in this interview. What I mean by leading questions, it's what some journalists do, where they make a statement as fact and they hope you respond or add something to it. I get that a lot in regards to Harry and Meghan, and I tend to swerve, ignore, try and get back on track.
Okay, that already is not true. He gets questions about Harry and Meghan all the time, and he has no problem answering them ad nauseum.
He will write 2-page Instagram posts answering those questions, and I will literally skim it looking for my name. That's how boring they are.
Oh my God, he goes off on them.
And say what I'm there to say rather than any sort of intrigue and gossip. And that's exactly what happened. I'm going to play you this segment.
Photography.
Yeah, virtual shooting. My most well-known virtual shoot is the portrait I took of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announcing their pregnancy. It's a very joyous image. The technology allows you to take over a phone or an iPad and they can hear my voice and I can still press a shutter and compose with ease. It's extraordinary what you can do with technology.
They weren't actually under a willow tree, but they were lying outside in a meadow, weren't they, Harry and Meghan, when you took a photograph of them?
Yeah, they were lost in their love, at home, in their garden, comfortable, celebrating new joy, new life.
Okay, I'm going to play that again in case you guys didn't hear it.
Please don't.
They weren't actually under a willow tree, but they were lying outside in a meadow, weren't they, Harry and Meghan, when you took a photograph of them?
Yeah, they were lost in their love, at home, in their garden, comfortable, celebrating new joy, new life, the fortitude of hoping for light in life after such a loss that they went through with a miscarriage. And so it really was a particularly joyous image to celebrate life itself.
Well,
So, how that exchange could amount to me admitting to doctoring an image is insidious and really dangerous journalism. Any mention of meadows and willow trees came out of the person doing the interview, not my mouth. I did my best to ignore it and focus on what I wanted to talk about. So to see an article saying as fact that I did what I did not do is extraordinary to me. And then to try and merge it with this current news cycle of what's happening, it's tragic to see. It was a virtual shoot that I shot on an iPad, an 8 megapixel iPad. And the only thing that was changed is the black and white color grade. That's it. And the Daily Mail and the journalist that wrote this has to be better than this. It's dangerous and unacceptable behavior.
If any of that is true, he would be suing them so freaking hard fast. Okay. Now, Misan is so upset about this that he actually released the negative.
The negative.
Now, I look at it and I go, okay, well, he put it out, so he must mean business. Thank God for Meghan's mole, okay? She is a godsend. Meghan's mole then says Misan left out the date on the iPad photo. So would it be safe to assume these were taken on the same day as Artificial's birthday, Harry and Meghan busted by Misan? I would think that was when it was taken. Yes, if I had to guess. Misan was also stupid because he posted the color print, which shows, yes, that is the yellow dress. And he goes, the original JPEG without the black and white grade. I expect a full apology and retraction from Daily Mail Telegraph. No trees or meadows were moved or swapped. This is the image straight out of the camera. Also, that is a jacaranda tree, not a willow tree. I mean, I'm sorry. He's straight up lying right now.
Like, why is he pouring so much into this?
You had a really good point this morning. Remember what you said? You said, why is this guy taking such bullets for these people?
No, it really, that's what it's just like he really is. He's taking the bullet. Misan really is taking the bullet. I mean, again, he keeps saying, oh, I try to dodge these questions about Harry and Meghan. No, he doesn't. He goes into these elaborate stories.
Yeah.
And the problem is eventually people are going to trip up and you're going to realize it's a lie. If he would have stayed silent this morning and let that Daily Mail article just fade away, none of this would be going on. It's almost like he
Well, he
wanted
was told to.
of course, but
Yeah.
it's almost like he wanted to piggyback off of all this Photoshop thing going on just to get his name out there. I guess some people are just obsessed with fame. And he's
Yeah.
obviously coming off of the Oscar thing,
Well,
and you get really
yeah.
excited about that, and then it's like you don't want it to end. It's like going on, like when your boyfriend goes on tour and then they come home and they have that depression. It's like that tour
Can
depression.
I give my boyfriend doesn't. He's happy when
I'm
he
just
goes off
well,
tour.
my exes had the depression.
Okay. Can I give a theory?
Sure.
Okay, so there's this picture that was also put out. So she's heavily pregnant there compared
Allegedly.
to, yeah, well, I don't even need to say it anymore. You guys know how I feel about this. But compared to the picture of the other one's birthday party with Doria in the shot where she's in the yellow dress. Now, he's obviously a lot bigger in this picture than he is in the birthday party picture.
We're talking about Archie.
We're talking about
Okay.
Archie.
You keep
Yes.
saying he.
yes. So this is what happens sometimes. Sometimes, and I'm just going to tell a story. I'm not saying this is Megan. Sometimes when you insert an embryo into a surrogate, it doesn't always make it stick. It doesn't always stick. So they might have taken that picture on the day of Archie's birthday when he was smaller. That was going to be their announcement. And then, oops, the embryo didn't take in the surrogate. The one where she's got bigger Archie, that very well could have been the same day. And she was just heavily, allegedly padded. And then they just decided to, just use that picture. But do I think Misan had anything to do with taking that picture? No. Yeah. Do I think Doria might have taken that picture and then they sent it over for him to Photoshop it? Yes.
Yeah, it's the whole
allegedly.
It's the whole they were lost in their love comment. That was too much to even take. It was a lot of they're great at word salad. They just want to skirt away from the actual question.
Did he purposely, mention the miscarriage to get sympathy?
And the dude literally asked, well, those weren't really trees back there. They were behind, whatever, a met. He couldn't even answer the question. Why not just answer the question?
And be like, no, that was a Jackawanda.
Yeah, just say, no, that was.
No,
that's what it was.
That's exactly
what
it was.
Yeah, I don't know what that means,
So we didn't want to bring this up. We didn't want to have to bring up, Princess Catherine and this whole, Photoshop thing, because we just really feel like it's not that big of a deal.
It's not our business.
It's not our business. I think the palace truly did have good intentions. They just wanted to put out a picture saying everything's fine. And of course things get photoshopped. I Photoshop things all the time.
Yeah.
Duh. We do. But this is what bothers me. Megan is acting like she never does it. Her Sussex squad have been the one really making a big deal out of this. And that's what
bullying for weeks now, and it's getting to be enough.
Here's page 6. Kate Middleton's Photoshop fail, mocked by sources close to Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, would never make that mistake. But sources close to her brother-in-law, Harry, and his wife told page 6, if Harry and Meghan had ever encountered the same issue, they would have been annihilated. The same rules do not apply to both couples. This isn't a mistake that Meghan would ever make. She has a keen eye and freakish attention to detail. There were at least 10 failures in the photo and only the image of Prince George X apparently unaltered. We're also told that Markle, 42, never wanted to follow the palace procedure of releasing images via photo agencies such as the Associated Press and Reuters, and only wanted to post them on the Instagram Sussex Royal, which she controlled, retaining the copyright to them. That's basically saying that she photoshopped everything. If you don't want to give it to AP and Reuters.
Let's listen. Let's call this what it is. Princess Catherine, with that picture, got so much attention, it broke the internet. Everybody started talking about it. The Photoshop, Louis's hand, her hair wasn't placed correct, whatever. Prince William didn't, almost cut off George's head. All these things. It got a lot of attention. Now, when there's attention, what do you think's going to happen?
Exactly.
You think Meghan's not going to want to jump on that bandwagon? So she got all her friends like Misan and boo, 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 boo. And she said, well, we got to start talking about this. I don't care if it's good or bad publicity. Let's go for it. So Misan just took a bullet today, lied his booty off.
He wasn't the only one
just
take a
to
bullet,
get
though.
the attention from Princess Catherine. I want to say this one time and one time only. Meghan, you will never be the Princess of Wales. Ever.
Yeah. And they also got their little dumb friend, Stephen Colbert, who I can't freaking stand.
Ugh.
He's such a little
Knob.
pisher. So here's Stephen Colbert. Also was in the hospital. The king has cancer, and he's bringing up a disgusting rumor that only got started when Meghan went into the picture.
And no offense, dude, you should not be calling her
2019. I wonder who wasn't getting any attention back in 2000. Okay.
Now, does Stephen Colbert have a Twitter page? Because it
He
would be a
does.
shame if he did.
He does.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Does he? I think he might have two. He might have one for the show.
I know he's got one.
And then he's got a personal one, because it would be a shame if anyone went on X and said anything.
Well, people already don't like him.
Well, that's pretty bad.
That's really bad.
Pretty bad. I'm sorry. That's bad. I just watched that for the first time,
Yeah.
and he was calling her Kate like he knows her. He was disrespecting her title, disrespecting their marriage. It'd be a shame. It would be a shame if someone started disrespecting his marriage.
And
Don't really do that.
Rose
Be classy.
Hanbury's son was in the coronation.
Wow, Stephen Colbert. That's the. You know what? That's
You're
called
a piece
the,
of poo.
You know what? You're failing at life, and
Yeah.
there's a reason for it, and karma is right around the corner.
He can't stand it that Greg Gutfeld has bigger ratings than him. He just can't stand
And
it.
who
That he's
watches
not
late?
funny.
You know, after Conan, who watches?
He
late
ruined
night?
late night.
Oh, he ruined.
He
it.
ruined it.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert. Shame on you. Shame on you. You know what? I thought Jimmy Fallon was bad, but wow, you
No.
just took it to a whole
Much
new
worse.
level. Shame on you.
Yeah.
And it's Princess of Wales or Princess Catherine.
Yeah.
Knob.
To Chelsea on Twitter, she put this up, and I'm going to play a little bit of it from this guy from The Sun, and he's got a really good point.
Photographs have been tweaked one way or another. I was alerted to the Queen and Prince Philip's last Christmas card, where somebody said that the Queen's hand didn't look quite right. It was outside Windsor Castle, but I've always thought that that photograph actually was probably taken indoors, and they put a sort of castle background behind them. I don't know if you know the picture I mean. But so, it's just typical. The whole issue of this photograph was meant to put our minds at rest that Catherine was, looking happy with her children. And to begin with, it did exactly that. And it's quite possible, though, that if you want to get a photograph of a mother smiling and three children smiling, it's more than likely that perhaps one of them wasn't smiling, and you maybe had to change it. I don't know what they did, but unfortunately, the effect that that's had, of course, is that we begin to wonder. Not me personally, but people begin to wonder, whether they can trust the photograph at all. And so I think any remarks made by fans of the Sussexes shouldn't really be taken particularly seriously. They're you couldn't have made them up on a computer, in my view. You couldn't have made William and Catherine on a computer. That's what you should come up with. We are so lucky. We might not have been, but we have been very, very lucky to have them. And if I could just say one other thing, going back to their wedding in 2011, somebody who knew the private secretary said, well, that was a lovely day. And he replied, the absolute transparent happiness of the couple just permeated right through the whole occasion.
This is a royal historian, and he's basically like, they would never do anything to be
Malicious.
malicious. This is so silly. But, the Sussex squad is taking advantage of it, and Harry and Meghan are at the forefront of the whole thing. I found this really good blog of Claire and Jesse Stevens just sort of pointing out the Photoshop fails that they've done in the past. I mean, let's not forget the Time magazine where, I don't think that's Harry in the picture. I don't think that's him in the picture. I think they had to Photoshop him on there.
I don't think that's her. I don't think it looks like their heads were imposed,
Mhm.
both of them. Yeah,
and then his leg, where's his leg?
I don't know.
Why is Harry's face completely flat? It looks like a strange man wearing a mask. This whole blog is funny if you guys want to go on there. And then this too, he looks like a cardboard cutout of himself. They really want us to believe that they were just casually walking and Harry became like 2 inches shorter.
Yeah.
That's what they want us to believe.
And his hair grew like a chia pet.
Now this was interesting. We all remember the Jamaica pictures were all done by her. She chose what the pictures were.
Mm-hmm.
This was when they went to the wedding. The shadow on Harry's arm and the wave looks weird, but look at it.
Yeah, obviously.
So does that mean that was not them? They were not standing together?
No, what that means is that they were further apart. They were not holding hands. That's
Okay.
what that means. They were most likely in the same vicinity.
Well, but
the picture, what happened was, and this happened many times with the Kardashians, they were not actually holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
They had to get the shot. That's the money shot of them holding hands.
Well, there was talk they were mad at each other the whole time because the day before he was at the beach and she wasn't there. And in the article, it says she was getting a spa day. But yeah, I mean, all those pictures were done. They were all done. I think he was mad because he saw photographers.
I just remember when I broke up with my ex, and there was a cute picture of me and Dionne Warwick or Burt Bacharach. I would take my ex out of the picture and I would just put us together. Dionne and I were still next to each other, but I took my ex-husband out of it. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Who colors their kids' hair in a picture to make it look red? That is so weird. Everybody knows that Archie has black hair. I don't know, like this obsession with this red hair.
She's a narcissist.
That kid is going to be so screwed up when he's older because he's going to look at that picture and go, I never had red hair.
And again, this is them. This is their camp opening up the floodgates. It's not like people like us would just wake up this morning and go, let's dissect every picture of Meghan and Harry.
I mean, Betty, look at her feet. Both feet are showing.
Yeah.
What does that even
like talking about the kids?
Weird. Now they're saying that the kids were never there. They were never at the Queen's Jubilee. They're saying that because of the Rayvac thing. Another thing that was strange, if this was Betty's birthday party, how come Betty never had face paint? First of all, there were no kids at that birthday party, but it's almost like this was another kid's birthday party and they just sort of because first of all, Meghan is not that frail on the side like that. Back then, she wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is this was like Misan and his wife took the kids to a birthday party and then they superimposed them. And plus that kid, the one on the bottom, her arm is missing.
Yeah,
the whole thing is strange.
Again,
but I'm just saying, I've been to enough kids' birthday parties that if those kids got their face painted, you're going to bet that Betty is going to want to get her face painted too.
She wasn't off in the corner playing, playing solitaire, with
exactly.
herself.
Yeah. So we didn't want to have to bring up the Princess Catherine thing, but we had to. Feel free to let Stephen Colbert know how you feel about what a jerk he is.
Yeah, and also the comment that he said British people need to learn English. Well, Again, I think he's got 2 Twitter X pages. So I feel like British people know English. I don't know why he would say that.
I think we need to know English.
Maybe he needs to start learning English and proper ways of conducting himself in dialect. But the way he was ragging on the UK, not cool, dude.
Not cool.
And not cool ragging on our Princess of Wales. Not cool.
No. Today's animal rescue is Jet Wag Animal Rescue. They rescue at-risk dogs and cats and place them in loving homes. The area they work are heavily burdened with unwanted adoptable animals. They work with shelter and rescue partners throughout the American South and around the world to move these animals out of harm's way and place them in loving homes. You guys, this is a great organization. Please go take a look at their website. I'm going to put the link in the description below. share it with friends and family. This is a great organization.
These are the people that transport, guys, and we have to support the transportation. We have to support the private jets that get used. We have to support they go by train, they go by buses sometimes. We need to support that because gas prices right now are astronomical.
Yeah.
So transporting a dog from the south to Portland, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So these are the people we need to thank and we need to support.
Yeah, not Harry and Meghan,
Not
or
Harry.
Stephen Colbert.
No,
he doesn't
or
do
Misan.
anything.
He
Misan.
started this. He opened the floodgates.
Yeah.
Hope you're happy.
Good job, dude.
All right. Well, we love you guys, and we will see you soon.
See you very soon.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.